we've got our next group is number 3, which is Victor and the creature are a doppelganger construct versus Victor and the creature are separate and distinct characters. Should be interesting to see what arguments are presented. Alright, which side is each group? Who's A and
we're
who's B?
side B, which is that they are separate and not doppelgangers. So they're okay.
Which side wants to start the discussion?
I'll go first. Okay, so I think it's very clear to say that the creature and Frankenstein are 2 separate characters, that they're not connected. And by this, when they were separated, Frankenstein never thought of the creature as much like he was sick, and he was more worried about Henry and his studies, and the creature was off trying to learn French. And I think on page 108, the creature says that he has no father, that he has no connection to the world, and I think that they would say that Frankenstein was the creature's father, but I keep mixing up their names. But the creature obviously says he doesn't have a father, and that's my argument.
Well, I took the doppelganger construct as in almost like foils to each other, like the good and evil, but it's more of a balancing good and evil, like what one person lacks, the other makes up for. And this is seen in their circumstances growing up, of how Victor's childhood was the cookie cutter, perfect, traditional, had a great family and a great mother, and a father who loved him, the perfect little rich family growing up. And as opposed to the monster who had no childhood whatsoever. And I guess what could even been considered his childhood is him growing up afterwards. He had complete absence of any sort of family. So that kind of constructs them. And Victor is more the bad choices they make are they each make bad choices, but in contrast
they're not a definite, I don't think they're definite good and bad, alter ego type thing. I think it's although I think that what we were saying was that the Victor has, I guess, not enough reasons to be the bad person. So technically we said, well, he's more of the, bad side. Whereas the creature, since he had such bad circumstances growing up, he shouldn't be, blamed necessarily for everything. So he's technically kind of the good. And also to what they were saying was, I read it as that Victor and the creature almost thought about each other every day. After Victor obviously gets over his sickness, every day he's thinking, where is he? What damage is he doing?
It's a mental tie.
Yeah. And then the creature is he hates him. He thinks about him every day because he doesn't have a person. He's just alone. So.
I don't think that the creature thought about Frankenstein every day, because he didn't, until halfway through, I don't know what it's called, his journey?
His experience.
Yeah. Because he didn't realize what hatred or anything was until Felix kicked him out of the cottage, and I think he didn't realize what hate was, and that he didn't like Frankenstein until that point.
Does he actually really even know who Victor is until
not until he can read?
I don't think
and
they
he gets
know.
those notes.
I don't think they know exactly, but he knows someone made him. He knows because he saw him the first day he woke up and he saw this person. Didn't know his name, didn't know his history, he doesn't know anything about him, but he knows that he has he knows that he has someone.
An ambiguous creator.
Yeah,
that
he knows.
Thinking of.
I think he knows that he's been created by something, but he doesn't know exactly who it is until he,
But while telling his story, he refers to God. He refers to biblical stories. I think he wants to say that he's created by God. He's a Christian.
Really?
Well, clearly he references the Bible, and so that would, I assume he was a Christian.
and like that.
He actually is
Yeah,
referencing Paradise
Yeah,
Lost.
he's
I
referencing
think
he's
so.
referencing like other books, and he's referencing Victor's notes.
But
That's
okay.
what I'm talking about.
Alright,
So
two
back to the
things.
whole-
One, let's make sure that we're getting comments from the audience. We'll get you, Carrie. That we're getting comments from the people who have their hands raised. And the second thing is, you all have on the back of that reader's guide from yesterday an area to take some notes on the arguments here for these debates. So you should be considering what are the pros and cons, what are the ideas being presented if you were to
On
be
the
asked
other
about
sheet, yeah.
any of these. Yeah.